To make this keychain, these are the materials that we need. Starting off with the yarns, and then we need a scissor, a sewing needle and a crochet hook. I'm using 3mm hook. So firstly we are going to make the t-shirt. So for that we are taking our blue yarn and we are going to make a slip knot. And now we are going to make chains. So make up to 14 chain from here. And once you are done with your 14th chain, then all we have to do is we have to slip stitch into the very first chain that you made, like that, and you have to chain one, and into the same space you have to make one single crochet. Now just go on making single crochet in all of the chains. So lastly you are going to have 14 single crochets. So this will be your round 1. So I have completed making 14 single crochets. Now lastly, to close, I am going to make my slip stitch into the very first stitch. And now I am going to chain 2 to start with round 2. So into the same space, we are going to make one double crochet. And you have to make 2 double crochet into the same space. So that's an increase, and we are going to make increases in this round. So in all of the stitches you are going to make 2 double crochets, so like that. So lastly we are going to make our slip stitch to close this round, and to start with round 3 we are going to chain 2, and you have to make double crochets in all of the stitches. So simply just go on making double crochets. So lastly you are just going to have 28 double crochets like you had before, and just make your slip stitch and chain 2 again to start with round 4. And now you are going to make one double crochet into the same space. So from here you are going to make normal double crochets in all of the stitches until you are on your 9th stitch. So after that you have to skip, starting from this place, like I am counting here. So you have to count 5, and after that into the 6th space you are making your double crochet. So this is the sleeves, and again we are going to make 9 normal double crochets. So just go on making 9 double crochets, and after that you will be left with 5 stitches. So simply just you have to make your slip stitch into the very first stitch, and after that you have to chain 2, and you will be making normal double crochets in all of the stitches, and this time you are going to have 18 double crochet stitches. So like this you have to do your slip stitch, and you have to chain 2 again to start with new round. So make one more round like this, and after making your slip stitch, you have to chain 1 and cut the yarn. Pull it tightly so it's secure. Now I am going to switch colors. So I am taking my red yarn and just pull it like this, and you have to chain 1 to attach it to our project, and into the same space we are going to make one single crochet. And again into the next stitch you have to make single crochet. So like this you have to make single crochet in all of the stitches. And lastly you have to slip stitch into the first stitch and then chain one and cut the yarn. Now we are going to hide it inside. So I'm just going to pull it like this 2-3 times and cut the excess part after that. So the bottom part of the t-shirt is ready. Now we are working on the sleeves. So for that attach again your red yarn and chain one, and you are going to make one single crochet over here. So just simply go on making single crochet in all of the stitches. And once you reach the end, you have to simply make slip stitch into the first stitch like that, and you have to chain one and cut the yarn. And after that you have to hide it inside like you did before. So just take your time and hide it. And just cut the excess part. Similarly you have to do it on the other side. So this is how it's going to look. Pretty, right? So now we are going to make the bat. So for that we are going to make a slip knot. And then we are going to chain 10. And after that you have to make your slip stitch into the first stitch. Like that. Now you have to chain one and you have to make single crochets in all of the stitches. So lastly we are going to close it. So we are going to make slip stitch into the first stitch, and then we are going to chain one to start with round 2. So again for round 2 you are going to do the same thing. So just go on making single crochets, and lastly you have to just slip stitch into the first stitch, and then again you have to chain one. So like this you are going to make up to 11 rounds. So just take your time and make 11 rounds, and after that in 12th round we are going to make decreases. So carefully watch this process. So in this you have to simply make decreases. So just watch carefully and you will understand how to make decreases. So make it 5 times, and after that you have to make your slip stitch into the first stitch to close the round. Now just turn it on the other side and make a slip stitch on the opposite side also, like this, and go on chaining over here. So you are going to chain up to 7. So make your 7 chains, and after your 7th chain skip the first chain, and into the second chain you are going to make single crochet. So in total you are going to have 6 single crochets in all these chains. So after you are done with last single crochet, all you have to do is you have to slip stitch into the next space, and so we are going to make 2 slip stitches into the following 2 stitches, and then finally chain 1 and we'll cut the yarn. And to hide the tail, we are going to put our hook like this and just pull it inside like that. So it's done now, and for the bottom we are going to cover it, which is this color. So go on sewing it like this, or if you want you can just insert cotton filling from the bottom, then you can sew it. So after you are completed with that, all you have to do is go into the very first stitch and jump into the last stitch and just go on and make your lines like that. Just follow the process carefully, or if you find it confusing, you can slow down the video and watch it carefully. So I've done it 2-3 times, and after securing, I have cut the excess part. So on the top again we are going to use the same color, and we are going to cover the bat with this color. And lastly, to secure, I am using this method to make the knots. You can directly use your glue gun or any other glue and you can glue it. And after this, basically you are done with your bat, and if you want to make it more realistic, all you can do is add another color on the top of it. I'm using black over here. Now we are going to make the final thing, that's the ball. So for that we are going to make a magic ring, and then you have to chain 1 and you will make a total of 5 single crochets into this magic ring. And after you are done with the 5 single crochets, you will pull the smaller yarn to close it, and we'll go on the very first stitch and we'll slip stitch, and after that, to start with the new row, we are going to chain 1 and we'll make increases in all of the stitches. So that means 2 single crochet in each of the stitch. So you are going to have a total of 10 single crochets for your round 2. So lastly we are going to make our slip stitch, and we are going to chain 1 and then we'll cut the yarn. So this is how it looks. Now we are going to attach white color, and to secure it we are going to chain 1 and we'll make 1 single crochet into the same space. So simply just go on making single crochets with your white color on the top of each of the stitches. So you are going to have a total of 10 single crochets for your round 3 as well. So once you are done with 10 single crochets, so lastly we are going to make our slip stitch on the top of the first stitch, like so. And now you will just turn it inside out and will chain one and cut the yarn. So like this you are going to make one another. And after that we are going to use both of these and we are going to sew it. So I'm just going to show you how I was sewing it. So just take both of these stitches and just go on like this. So after you're left with one or two stitches, you are just going to stuff some cotton inside it. It's not necessary, but if you want you can add it. So I'm just stuffing my cotton. So after the stuffing, all you have to do is you have to just go on sewing in the same way to make the lines. And I'm just making 2 knots to make it secure. And just cut the excess part. And to hide these two, I'll take my hook and pull it inside like that. So finally we are done with the ball and it's time to attach all of this now. So now we will need some jump ring and our keyring. So just attach it like this on the top of the ball and then on the top of the bat. Now we'll take our keyring and just go on into the third chain and just fix it tightly. Just make it secure, and in the same space we are going to add this ball also. So this is how it looks so far, and finally we are going to attach the t-shirt. So I'm attaching it in the middle, and finally we are done with our keyring.